What's up, y'all? Welcome to the DeMarkco Effect, where you get the full effect of me. I want to talk to y'all about something real quick before I go inside, because I have to go inside and get an oil change to my car. So I'm going to talk to y'all about something real quick. Give me a second. You know, one thing I realized? So I watch Kevin Samuels' content, right? And one thing I see about Kevin Samuels is your typical guy, like typical men, right? At least how they used to be. Like, guidance, going to, help you out with whatever you need to learn. They're going to be there, but they're also going to correct you. And if you don't get in line, they're not going to put up with your nonsense. And that's Kevin Samuels in a nutshell. But one thing I see is, my question to y'all is, why do women not like Kevin Samuels? Even to this day, people don't like Kevin Samuels. And my question is why? Because I wonder, and I'm like, for somebody to have y'all best interests at heart, and we're talking about women, not just black women, right? For somebody to have y'all best interests at heart, for some reason y'all don't like that. For somebody to tell y'all to stop sleeping around with men, for somebody to tell y'all that if you do have kids, you're not as valuable on the dating, you're not as valued on the dating market as women without kids. For somebody to tell y'all being a boss chick ain't what men want. And for somebody to also tell y'all that being a feminine woman is what men want. And y'all take it to, yeah, he don't like women. He's a misogynist. He don't want women to have their own mind. And one thing that I realized when watching his content is, whenever women don't like something or they don't want to do something, what they do is they feel a need to be right, but also they just discredit what the person is saying. So they feel a need to be right, they discredit what the person is saying, and they also get mad at him for telling them the truth. They can't accept the truth. And that's one thing that I realized with his content, because he does his best to tell, women what men look for, and he gives them good advice on what men look for. And he, questions what they say. So instead of just going exactly with what the woman is saying, he's like, why did you divorce your husband? And then they go into it, and then you realize this woman just left because she wanted to be with a guy that she thought was going to be better than her husband. And she realized that, no, it wasn't that. There was an episode where a woman literally, she left her husband and she put him on child support, and she tried to say the court made her put him on child support, and the court made her tell him that he couldn't see his children. And she says, I'm a Christian woman, but I don't use that to, for everything in my life. I'm a Christian woman, but you get what I'm saying? There's the but there. And it's like, what are you talking about? If you're a Christian woman, you have Christian values, you'll understand that marriage, once you get married with somebody, unless it's something as brutal as abuse, you don't leave the marriage just because you want to leave. Because now what you're doing is going outside of the Christian values and creating a broken household. So now that kid's going to grow up, with parents that's separated and divorced, and the dad really don't want to work with the mom no more because the mom left the dad for no reason. But then you realize the mom is going to keep the dad around, and she going to keep getting paid as though the ex-husband is still her husband, but he's just not having sex with her. And so when you watch his videos, you realize that Kevin Samuels was what the black community needed as well, and what women needed today. Women need somebody to hold them accountable. And for some reason, it's like women are wired to not want to be held accountable, right? In today's world, especially the modern woman, not the traditional woman. The traditional woman understands her place and her role and where she can best fit in order to make this operate better. She understands that. But the women of today, they don't understand it. They look at it like, no, I want to do what I want to do. I want to feel what I want to feel. I want to say what I want to say. I want to have sex with whoever I want to have sex with. I want to talk to whoever I want to talk to. If I get mad and I don't like what you're telling me, then I'm going to leave you alone. I want to talk to you all day, but I want you to work. I want to see you all day, but I still want you to make some type of money. I want you to pay for my hair and nails. I have a job too, but I want you to pay for that stuff for me because that's what a man is supposed to do. So the men in today's world gets the short end of the stick, essentially meaning that he's a traditional man and she's not a traditional woman. So in order for that to work, the woman would have to be a traditional woman and she would have to grow up to be a wife. And when you think about it, a lot of the women of today, parents are not married. Especially when you go to talk about the community that Kevin Samuels was working on, which was the black community. 1 out of 4 of them were married. And it's dwindling down. It's becoming even worse for today for our black women. So when people look at Kevin Samuels, like, yeah, he's a misogynist. Who is he to tell a woman what she is and, you know, what her value is, and he's not God. And it's like, okay, you can say all of that, but go on the real world and see how many men that you either have kids with, how many men you have slept with, and how many men are not seriously pursuing you, but they're pursuing you for casual sex. Meaning, he gonna take you out. He gonna take you out on a date. You know, y'all might go out, he might spend a couple $100s on you, but at the end of the day, you know what he's doing it for? Vagina. You're a pussy. That's what he's doing all of that for that. He's not doing it I want this woman to be my wife one day. No, because you're not worth that. And some of y'all don't want to hear that. And what I will ask y'all is, if you don't want to hear it, cool. Go talk to your husband and ask him, what did he think about it? If you have one. Probably don't. So don't get mad at, him for wanting the black community to be better, because that's ultimately what he was doing. He was making women realize, what women are telling us, it's not good. They're telling us live life to be happy and do as we feel. Doing as you feel all the time throughout your whole life is selfish. Because used to be, you don't want to embarrass your family. When I was a kid and I used to go to school, I got good grades, even though I didn't like school, because I didn't want my family or my dad to be like embarrassed or to be like, yeah, he's failing school, he don't have good grades. Because I know how it feels, and how it makes your parent look at you when you're not doing good. So it makes you do good. So when I had a dad, and my dad was saying, yeah, man, I'm proud of you for going, having good grades and not causing no problems in school. That was something that he can tell people about in the family. Yeah, I got, my kids, man, they doing good in school, they don't get in trouble. And then when you have that one that does do it, it's like, man, damn. The family look at it like, damn. But one thing we need to bring back is shame, and I really believe that, especially with our women of today, y'all are so enabled to go out and have sex with people, and y'all still think that y'all are the prize when you're not. The prize is not going to be somebody selfish and somebody that's just self-entitled that want to be taken care of and be treated like a baby when you're saying you're a grown woman. That's not the prize, and I don't understand why y'all think that that's the case, and it's sad that y'all think that that's the case. But y'all get mad at Kevin Samuels, and rest in peace, he's not here anymore, but y'all get mad at Kevin Samuels for wanting the black community to be better and a community of women to be better. But yeah, he's the problem. When he's telling y'all what not to do, and he's telling y'all what to do as well. Typically, when somebody is able to teach you, they can tell you what to do and what not to do. When somebody just can tell you what not to do, they're not capable of teaching you. Because if I tell somebody, if they say, yeah, man, I need help with my relationship, and, you say, well, don't cheat. And I'm like, okay, what other advice can you give me? Well, I can't tell you what to do, but just don't cheat. How am I supposed to operate with that information? I know not to cheat already. So what are we talking about? What am I learning here? But ultimately, that's what it is. Women, y'all got to get y'all shit together, because there's more men today in this world that do want to have wives that y'all don't even realize, but y'all treat them messed up because y'all got phones and social media, and you can leave them alone and not text me. You can put them on block if you want to. You can ask him, request him for money, have him send it to you, and go spend it with somebody else or with some other dude because he don't know about that guy and you sneaky with that. Y'all gotta stop that shit, and it ain't cool and it ain't funny. Other than that, make sure y'all leave a like for the algorithm. Make sure y'all leave a comment down below because it is valued. And also, if you're not subscribed and you just subscribe, welcome to the family. I love you. And for subscribers, I already love y'all anyways. Other than that, y'all have a good one. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Have a good evening, good day, good night, good morning, wherever y'all at. And I'll see y'all later.